Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 8 of the Sky Factory 1 series. In the last episode, we made this nice, fancy purple armor. It's not enchanted yet or anything, but we'll get there as time comes, one step at a time. But last episode, I said that we were going to get all properly equipped, and we're still missing a weapon. So, in today's episode, we are going to smelt us up a weapon like no other. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Do you remember earlier in this episode when I said that we were going to have enough grout to last us? Well, Pepperidge Farms remembers. But I do too. And man, was I wrong. I have 2 left, and I don't even have 1 layer of the Tinker's Construct smeltery made up. This is essentially how we're going to get a decent weapon. Like, we've got pretty solid armor now. We're pretty tough, but we need to be able to fight back. So we're going to make up a nice weapon, hopefully, as long as I can actually get enough of these seared bricks made up to have a functional smeltery. But in order to make this smeltery, one thing that we are going to need is this smeltery controller. So we're going to need to toss this heater in the basin and then cover it with 4 ingots of molten copper, which I'm already running low on copper, as we discussed earlier this episode. So I am going to have to grind out some more of that. That's actually... oh no, I should have enough at least for this, but I'm going to need more to get more lanterns anyhow. Alright, so I've got my copper ingots. We toss those in the melter. 3 at a time, of course. But it is going to take this 4th one, I do believe. We toss this heater into the bin, the basin. And just click the spout to pour it, and here we go. Beautiful. Now this gives us the smeltery controller. So with this, they claim that this is the brain of the smeltery. So if we pop this off here and toss the controller on instead, invalid block on the floor. Aha, yes, because we need more grout, which I have to grind out for because I don't have any. So I'm going to go do that, and hopefully when I come back with you guys, we actually have a full controller, and we're in the process of making a weapon. So I've got what I believe to be the smallest size complete smeltery that we could make at the moment. And we are still missing something. And I just wanted to bring you guys in before I made it up, just to keep you included in the process. But we need a couple of these drains, so that way we have a way of getting the liquids out. And I think I want more than 1. I think we're going to go with 2 for now. We may end up upgrading this at some point. But I'm pretty sure if we pop that out and replace it with that, now we should be able to right-click this. Yeah, just as I thought. And we could hook another chute up to here as well. But then we also need one right here, I'm thinking. So that way we can use the table, which I actually might end up moving over here. Actually, let's just change it up a little bit, I think. So instead, we're going to put it here. And here. And then the table can go here. We have our bin here. And bam. Just like that, we should be done. Throw on our chutes. Bam. Now we have a smeltery. So one of the first things that I actually want to do with this smeltery is I want to make the Encyclopedia of Tinkering. So that way we have a good source material to gather information from and see what we need to do going forward, because I really am not super familiar with Tinker's Construct. Like what we've gone over now is basically the extent of what I've done with it before. So I'd really like to dive deep into this mod, and what better way than the provided reading material. So we already have materials in U, and in this materials in U, in this first page, or I guess the second page technically, it goes over coming to bookshelves near you. But then if you go into the back, the idiots who decided to advertise in the front of my book because of stupid publishing deals have informed you wrong. It's not coming to bookshelves near you. You have to make it yourself, you pleb. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to start with puny smelting and mighty smelting. So that's super easy, but I don't have any grout left. So I guess we're going to need one more grout. I made up 8 because you can never have enough grout. Oh, but we need books. That's a thing. So I've got this sugarcane over here that's growing slowly but surely. And I don't really want to put a bunch of time into improving a sugarcane farm right now. So I think I'm going to sit here, put on a YouTube video, and wait for sugarcane to grow, to be honest. And then I'll hit you back up with an update when we actually have a couple books made up. Because that is all my sugarcane, and I have no paper. And I don't think there's any better way to make paper, is there? No. No better way to make paper. We can make carbon paper, but that still needs paper. All right. So with that, that gives us our last boring book that we need to make. And now we should be all set to start making the actually useful books. I just need to find stuff. So to get started, let's start with the most basic. And that is going to be taking one of these books and a little bit of grout and making puny smelting. So that's 2 out of the 5 books here, 6 books here. Then if we take that book and slap it down there, and then put some seared stone in the form of grout in there. There we go. It automatically did it because I have the redstone clock set up here, and it sucked it out into this hopper. And there, the 3rd book is done. Now, as far as this 4th book goes, Sky Slime Balls is something that we don't really have at the moment. We could try to get some Sky Slime Dirt, but even that is not really going to be doable for us right now. I may have spoken too soon. Because what we can do is we can make some earth slime. And then we just need to sieve that down, and we have a pretty solid chance of getting a sky slime ball. And we should have enough slime. Yeah, let's give this a try. Oh. How do I make this sky slime? Earth slime. Oh. Let's try this. All right, so we have some slime. Put that at the bottom, and then pour it down onto that dirt. And we didn't make enough slime, so we gotta throw some more up here. Perfect. We've got our sky slime, and now as long as we get lucky, I keep calling this the wrong thing. This is earth slime. We're gonna take this earth slime dirt and hopefully get a sky slime ball out of it. Come on. Yeah, and it worked. So if we take that, combine it with a book, there's our 4th book. And then all we need to do is make some nether grout, which in all honesty shouldn't be that difficult. We need a magma cream, gravel, and soul soil, which should all be things that we have right handy. I may have spoken too soon because it appears that we don't have any blaze powder to make magma creams. So we're just going to need to sieve some dust, I think, right? Yep. Let's sieve some dust. And then we have nether grout. And we have the fantastic foundry book. Now, with these 5 books, or at least 4 out of the 5, if we take the materials in you, puny smelting, mighty smelting, and fantastic foundry, that's going to give us the encyclopedia of tinkering. This is what we're really going for. So I'm going to take a couple minutes. I'm going to look through this encyclopedia. I'm going to figure out what exactly is going to be our best weapon of choice here and the materials to make it out of. And then I'm hopefully going to make it. So I think I've decided what I want my weapon to be. I'm going to go with a cleaver. And the reason being is because it has beheading 2, which gives you a greater chance of a mob dropping its head or other body parts. And I think that's going to be super useful, especially when we go to the nether fighting blaze and wither skeletons. So now that we know what we're making, we need to know what we're making it out of. And looking at the tier 4 materials, because obviously I jumped right to the highest tier, they're pretty expensive, and I don't think anything is really what I want to use. I mean, this stuff wouldn't be bad. The nanulin, however you pronounce it, it wouldn't be bad. I mean, insatiable, that'll be good for our weapon. Also, the blazing bone wouldn't be bad either. But to get a blazing bone, you need necrotic bones, which means you need to kill withers. Or wither skeletons, that is. And I'm not at the point, like, we haven't gone to the nether yet. So, obviously, since this weapon is for going into the nether, this isn't really an option. Let me check this other material here, see what it's going to cost. Ah, it was an M. Manulin. And we need a lot of cobalt for that, which I don't know how easy that's going to be to get. Especially, ancient debris. But, okay, because see, I think I'm going to grind it out, because cobalt was ultimately one of the ingredients that I decided on because of the lightweight. With this cleaver, it's high damage but slow speed. So if we make it out of the cobalt, then that should allow us to go a little bit faster, which is going to be ideal. And then I'm also thinking we go with the electrum as well, so we get bonus XP from killing the mobs. And then Constantan, because it will be faster in extreme temperatures, and we're going to the nether. So, I mean, you don't get much more extreme than that. Could also use bronze to be a little bit faster, and if we put mending on it, or just have a way of repairing it, then that would be ideal as well. But I definitely know I want electrum, Constantan, and cobalt, which cobalt is not going to be the easiest to get, especially if I wanted to use the manulin as well, because that's going to require more cobalt, and there's a pretty low chance to get cobalt from crushed netherrack. So I think I'm going to set up something to automate this process. We're going to need a lot of redstone to make netherrack. Then we're going to need a way of crushing the netherrack and then sieving the netherrack. So I am going to get to work on that. All right, so we are just about ready to make this weapon. Now, I've actually decided on everything that I want to make it out of, and we're super close to having enough cobalt to get one piece of it being cobalt. Now, I'll show you how I've been working to get this, because obviously you need the crushed netherrack. And I'm going to try to zoom through this last section here, because I know we are running short on time now. And I really want to get this sword made before we call it a day. So as you can see, we have lava barrel hooked up to this pipe, which is hooked up to these hoppers. If we put the redstone dust in here, it just zooms through and makes netherrack very quickly, just about as quick as we can. And that I've been taking, just crushing with the hammer and sieving that, and we are almost at the total number that we need here. I just need one more cobalt piece, and then we should be able to actually get the sword made, because I think I have everything else pretty much already. That whole stack of netherrack, and we didn't get one piece of cobalt. That's why we're limiting this down to just one small piece of the sword being cobalt. I wanted to do the blade, but I decided against that because it would take 8 ingots total, and we're struggling to get the 3 that we need. All right, so we've got the 8 cobalt pieces that we need to turn into 2 cobalt chunks, and then we can toss these right in our grinders. Oh, dang. Okay, so apparently we're not done yet. We have 2 chunks, which I thought I could grind down into twice as many pieces. But guess what? It doesn't work like that. We cannot grind down cobalt chunks. So I need 4 more pieces in order to be able to do this. So I guess it's back to the grind we go. All right, so in order to make this weapon, we're going to need our cast like we have for the ingot. So I've come over here and I've made a stone version of each of the parts that we're going to need. So we have our large plate, our tough handle, and our broad blade. We're going to come over here. We'll throw a part in there. And then I need gold in here, which we have some pieces. But if we can double our ores, we might as well double our ores. So let's come over here and clear out a spot for some gold chunks. Now we throw this in and hope that it doesn't mix with either of these things, because then we'd waste the gold. But I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's just kind of a pain in. Okay, the gold didn't mix at all. So if we bring this to the bottom, yeah, and then it casts out. I got to turn this off, essentially. There we go. So now we have our cast for our blade. We can do the same thing with... Oh, it still clicked. Dang it. We got a blank gold cast. I think I can recycle this, though, can I? I need more lava. I gotta pipe the lava up here at some point. I might do that today. But if I do, it's just going to be off camera. We're already almost out of time. Okay, you can recycle the cast. Good. So then we get the cast for our handle. Oh, and it still clicked it again. 200 ticks is not enough of a delay, apparently. I should have just removed it. Maybe I'll put another casting table here, and that way that will solve that problem. There, we'll just ingot the rest of it for now. I should probably just remove that clicker. Clicker be gone. So now that we've got our casts made up, it's time to make the actual material themselves. So I think we're going to start with the blade. We're going to toss in our 4 sky slime balls, our 4 seared bricks, and our 4 iron ingots. Yeah, okay, we got molten slime steel and 8 ingots of it. That's perfect. So we're going to come here with our blade and slap it down. Bam, just like that. Was that not enough? It said 8 ingots. Oh no, it's cooling. Right? Yeah, okay, cool. So we have step 1 done. Now, I wanted a cobalt handle. Hopefully this is going to work. Oh, 6 ingots. Holy. Okay, so we can't grind down the cobalt, but it doubles it anyway when it makes it, which almost makes me think instead of doing it as the handle, I don't think it makes a huge difference, but we're going to do it as the cast instead. All right, and then if we do probably 2 each of the gold and the silver. See, we're playing a risky game here with other fluids already in there, because it could very likely mix and ruin what we're doing. And then we'll do a tough handle out of electrum. I thought that was going to use all the electrum. Oh, but apparently not. And then with 2 nickel and 2 copper, this should be everything that we need right here. I'll throw these casts in here. Constantine. Pour that out. And beautiful. I'm probably just gonna ingot the rest of them, just so we at least have it out of the thing. Let's throw our auto clicker back up. Probably good enough for now. Let's drop that down to 1. So we take our 4 pieces, and I had already made up this Tinker's Anvil. We made it out of Invar just because that was pretty easy to get hold of. Select our cleaver. And just like that, we have a slime steel cobalt cleaver. So it's experienced, lightweight, severing, temperate, and overcast. Now, what I believe we should be able to do with this is we should be able to take some of this sky slime, which we have some right here, and now this should be able to repair. We may need to make like a sky slime repair kit. Let's try. Nope. But the thing with the sky slime, or like the slime steel, is that, let's see here. See, tool consumes over slime instead of durability until it runs out. Not friendly towards tools lacking slime. So how do we slime the tool? This is going to be something I may have to look into. But the important thing is, we have a tool, we have armor. So now, we look pretty BA, if I do say so myself. But that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Don't forget to do all the things that YouTubers always ask you to do at the end of the video. And stay jolly. Before we go, just like 2 more things. I figured out how to do it. You need a blast furnace. You throw your slime in the blast furnace. It makes a slime crystal. And then we could take this over to our anvil and add our over slime to it. So now you can see here in the list, under durability, we over slime as well. So we can use this weapon, and it shouldn't take any of the durability at all. So let's give it a quick test before we actually end the episode. Oh yeah, see, that makes pretty quick work of that guy. 3 shots. I mean, it could have been faster. We may look into some upgrades. I'm pretty sure that there are like upgrade slots that we can put on this. But I feel a lot more able to defend myself now. And that's what's important. See that? Now we got 52 over slime and it still hasn't used any durability. And it's not like we have unbreaking on this or anything. This is just as is. Cool. So anyways, I'm going to end it here for real now. As we said earlier, stay jolly.